Hey everyone, just wanted to give you an update of how my portrait outline was turning out so far, just to go over and look at some places that maybe I added a little bit more line weight versus some areas where I have not thickened some of my lines but left them just that smaller thin gesture line. So some places that you want to consider where you're adding more of that shadow type of line is areas underneath your chin would be a really good idea. Let me go turn this back on black, make sure I'm on my self-portrait outline. I knew I had to fill in a little bit of spot right there. Anywhere that also like curves down. So let's say girls, maybe if you had some earrings on in your image, you might want to do something like that. For my people that have darker eyebrows like me, it's okay to go ahead and fill them in. But if you're someone that has like blonde hair or maybe a light brown hair, you might want to just give yourself an outline of an eyebrow so that way you can like fill it in with your natural hair color. Some of the other areas that I want you to notice that like I've thickened some of the lines up is some of these detail places that I've like thrown in some lines to show that I have like hair strands on there. And all I did for those type of pieces, I would go back in and just retrace the areas that the curves were at. That's kind of where you want to show that movement. And so those places that I'm making sure that I'm changing my line size and I'm adding line weight is anywhere that, maybe a curve is there, a shadow is there, and I've been trying my best to leave the lines thinned out as they don't connect to anything. Also, I want you to notice down here, I've made sure that my shirt is connecting to the bottom of my artboard because, eventually we are going to clip this inside of our circle. But when we get to the demo of filling your color in, you want to make sure that that's still connecting to the bottom. I wanted to talk about this little guy that I added, my penguin. I found this image of a penguin online. I was trying to look for something more holiday themed that I could also add onto my image just besides a holiday hat. If you have extra time, this is just a little bonus thing that you can include. All I did is I made a separate layer that my image went on, and I did my outlining for him, and I still made sure to include different types of line size variation when I was putting him on there as well. So I've just got him kind of hanging out on my shoulder. You could even include like on your actual shirt, like if you wanted to put like a snowflake on there or something like that. You could also wait until we go in and do the coloring and maybe put some kind of, like interesting texture from the brushes onto your shirt. That would work as well. But at this point, I just kind of wanted to make sure and touch base that everybody's doing a good job on adding different types of line weight onto your outline. You're closing yourself off, making sure that, even though we're going to eventually put your hat onto your head, still make sure that you go ahead and do everything for the pieces of your hair. That's just a small little update. The next video will be about adding our color portion.